Today's video is dedicated to honestly some life-changing Amazon products. These are all things that I wish I had sooner, and honestly all of these things I'm like, where have these been my whole life? So whether they bring me joy every single day, they just make my life easier, these are all things that I highly recommend and truly wish that I discovered earlier. So I will have everything linked for you down below. But before we jump in, I do have a really fun heads up that I wanted to give you. So Amazon is actually doing a fall sale this year. They have never done this before, and essentially it's Prime Day round 2. So a lot of things that you saw on sale for Prime Day are going to be back and discounted again, and they're kicking off the holiday season essentially. So if you like to get a head start on your holiday shopping, it starts on the 11th of this week and it ends on the 13th. So it's 2 days coming up this week, and I can't share any of the deals early with y'all, but I will say I started a folder over on my Amazon storefront, which I'll link for you down below, rounding up some things that are likely to go on sale. So if you want to get a little sneak peek head start to your shopping, I will link my storefront down below. And of course, everything that I shop on Amazon is linked there as well. So definitely check it out if you're looking for baby recommendations, organization, like it's all in my storefront. So I'll have that linked for you down below. All right, the first thing I wanted to share is this sunglass. So I ended up changing, long story short, my daughter was not going down for her nap, which is when I started to film this video, and she just wasn't gonna have it. So I ended up changing into my comfy cozies and thought we were just gonna hang out for the afternoon, but she ended up going down, so that is why I am in a different outfit now. Back to what I was saying, this sunglass organizer. I wanted something with a top because I thought that would keep them safe from my daughter's hands, because this is in reach on my shelf where she could potentially grab it, and this was definitely the best price point. It comes in a ton of colors, and I don't know why I haven't had any sort of sunglass organization until now. I feel like that's kind of mind-boggling because I love organization, and I typically just kept the pair of sunglasses I would use in my car, and the rest were kind of put up and they were out of sight, out of mind. So this is definitely something that I was like, why have I not had this sooner? Next is the CeraVe SA cream. And again, this is something I'm like, why the heck have I not had this in my life sooner? Because if you have any sort of rough skin, this has salicylic acid in it and it smooths it out in very few applications. I was honestly surprised. So if you have bumpy skin on the back of your arms or on your chest, on your legs, definitely get your hands on this. I use their regular body lotion, but I just started using this in areas that need a little more smoothing, and I wish I got it way sooner because my skin smoothed out very quickly. The next item is this car mount, and funny story about this, just a little heads up. I went down to my car to grab it to share it with y'all in this video, and turns out that it is stuck on my car. It's strong adhesive. So it came with different mount options because you can put it on your window, you can use it as a suction cup, and that's the one I thought I was using. But just a heads up that if you just stick it straight on, it will stick to your car. So I guess I don't have to worry about it falling off, but not necessarily where I would have put it for a permanent spot in my car, but it's all good. So again, this is something that I was like, why did I not get a car mount earlier? I had one to go in my air vent, and that had been fine for years. Here in Georgia, it's actually illegal to have your phone in your hand, and I'm sure that's probably common in other states as well these days, and you shouldn't have your phone in your hand anyway. So I've had that one for a couple years, but it blocks the air, so in the summer that's kind of an issue, and I couldn't turn it to have a good angle to do stories in my car, which I don't do while driving. I'm very against, even if you're at a red light, to be doing stories. That is one of my pet peeves, honestly. It just, even if you're stopped, it's not a good example to set. But say I'm sitting in the parking lot eating or something, which I do often, honestly, I would like to be able to do stories. Or say I went into Target and wanted to share a quick call before I left, the parking lot. That's going to be a game changer, honestly. And I can have a good angle now. So again, I'm why didn't I get this sooner? Next is this air vent deflector, and a lot of y'all actually mentioned this to me because I was on stories often complaining about being freezing in my office because the air would just blow directly on my desk and I would have a winter coat on. sitting at my desk, and then I have to like take it off when the air turned off. And so many of y'all were like, you need to get an air deflector, and you use them at your office or at your home. And I'm like, this is so simple, but made such a big difference in my daily quality of life, honestly, because now I'm comfortable in my office, and essentially it just moves the air a different direction. So simple. I do want to mention, check the price at Walmart, because if the Walmart one is in stock, it is typically significantly cheaper, but it is sold out a little more often. So I will link both options down below. It just is a magnet to your air vent. So easy. You can take it off or on, and you honestly don't even notice it because it is clear. The next thing is AirTags, and I've used these quite a bit this past month with our recent travels, but there's actually so many other helpful ways that you could use AirTags as well. So if you don't know what the AirTags are, essentially it just syncs up to your iPhone, and you can pop them in things that you just want to keep track of. So I used them for our luggage for our recent trip, and you can name them as well. So I had one for like Josie's luggage, Tim's luggage, you get the idea. So they're really helpful for travel, but there's also some unique ways that you can use them day to day as well. So my friend recently put one in her handbag when we were in Dallas, and I was like, that's genius, because it's just a good way to keep track. God forbid your purse was stolen. I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable like tracking it down, but that's good information that you could give to the police at least, and hopefully track your handbag down. And you could also leave one in your car if you're going on a trip, or say you're at like Disney World and you just don't remember where you parked. If you're in a large parking lot, you could have one in your car and easily find it that way. So I feel like these are just so practical, and they would honestly make a really great holiday gift coming up as well if you're looking for some unique practical gift ideas. Speaking of gift ideas, I have started a couple gift guides in the LTK app, and if you have the app, I created some new folders. So there's gift ideas for men and her right now, but there will definitely be a lot more to come. But I just wanted to give you a heads up there for those of you getting an early start on your shopping. Definitely check out the LTK app for some great gift ideas. All right, next is a security alarm, and this is something honestly every person should own, but especially if you're a woman that goes out and about on your own. This gave me so much more peace of mind, and I recently bought this one, which is a little pricier than the one I originally bought. But I got nervous about that one going off accidentally because it's just a button, and a lot of times the flashing light would be going off in my purse. So I was just worried about it, accidentally going off. And this one can't accidentally go off in your purse, which I definitely like. It comes in a couple different colors. And again, this would be a great stocking stuffer idea if you're shopping for your children. I think that would be a really great practical gift idea. Next are these little heating patches, and I just wish I discovered these so many years ago, because if you have really bad period cramps, this is just a small little patch that you can put on. So this would have been great like when I was at work, absolutely miserable when I started my period, or if you have like low back pain, I'm sure it would work for like that area as well. Next is a label maker, and for someone who just loves organizing, I don't know how I didn't have a label maker earlier. And this one's so easy to use because you just use an app on your phone and you just type out what you want to label, and it prints off right then and there. So I've used this a lot on just little organizers in my closet and our bathroom and our kitchen. It's so simple, and it's honestly really affordable for a label maker as well. Next is this confidential rolling stamp, and I've mentioned this in a couple other recent Amazon videos, but it's just so good. I don't want you to miss it if you haven't picked it up yet. It is truly such a good buy. I use this almost every single day to kind of mark out my address or anything personal that I don't feel comfortable throwing in the trash. It just saves a lot of time, so you don't have to like shred papers, which I'm guilty of letting them just stack up, and then it just gets bigger and bigger, and I'm even less likely to take the time to shred them instead of just doing it like right then and there. Next is this travel steamer, and I have tried quite a few different steamers. I definitely love steaming versus ironing, and it's something that I don't like to travel with because you just don't know if the hotel is going to have one or not. And I've tried 3 or 4 different travel steamers, and this one is by far the best. It's the most powerful. It's not super heavy and bulky like some others that I've tried, and it's really effective. Honestly, it rivals my huge like standalone steamer. It's really effective, really quick, and it's also very portable, which is key for a travel steamer. But honestly, this would be a great steamer option as well, just for around the house if you don't have a ton of steaming to do, because the tank is quite small. And I'll link my other favorite steamer down below. If you have a lot of steaming, that's the one that I use because the tank is really large, so I could steam a whole try-on haul and not have to constantly fill up the tank. Next is this battery organizer, and if you just have like those packets of batteries all over the place and they're like open and batteries like loose in your drawer, just get this organizer. That way you can easily see what batteries you have, what you're running low on, and they're all in one place and you don't have like packaging everywhere, which I do not love that clutter in your drawers. This isn't necessarily something that I use every single day, but it is definitely one of those things where I was like, this just makes sense, you know? I'm sure some of you saw this one coming because I think I mentioned this in almost every single Amazon video, but I am that obsessed with it. I use it every single day. It is this Whisk, and these are so cheap on Amazon, and I use it every single day. It comes in a ton of colors, and this is just a simple way to froth up your coffee if you like more of a latte style coffee. I use this every day. Next is a silk headscarf. So I use this to sleep with my hair every single night, and it makes such a big difference. Now, hear me out. It's definitely not a cute look. So if you're trying to like impress a partner, I wouldn't like whip this out, you know? But I definitely notice a huge difference when I wear this versus when I don't. And I do sleep with silk pillowcases and have for years, and I do think those make a big difference. But when your hair is longer, especially, I feel like it makes a big difference to have it up off of your neck while you're sleeping, because I notice like under here just gets really oily. It's almost like it looks sweaty, even though I don't feel like I like am sweaty through the night. I can just tell my hair looks dirtier the next day if I don't use this. Now, I didn't use this with my shorter hair. I just felt like it wasn't as necessary. But now that the longer hair is back, I'm back to using this again, and it definitely helps to hold your style as well. So this one is from the Slip brand, which is more expensive. Honestly, I don't think it's necessary to spend that amount of money on this because you can definitely get, you know, cheaper silk options for less on Amazon. So I found one that looks identical that I will link. Of course, I'll link the exact one that I have as well. And I did get the black, not because I wanted the black, because y'all know I very rarely wear black, but it was all that was available at the time. But they do have some, you know, lighter color options as well. I film an Amazon video here on my channel every single month, if not more often than that. So there are quite a bit here on my channel for you to check out if you like watching those. I will link a couple of my favorite videos down below. If you have any really good recent Amazon buys, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'm always looking for some new recommendations to share. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Tuesday with a new weekly vlog, and then on Thursday with another fashion video. Bye.